I think that 3D modeling is one of the coolest things ever. So many of my favorite video games and movies are 3D. Ultra Kill, Turbo, Fantastic Mr. Fox, the Arkham games, Severed Steel, Minecraft, they're all 3D and I want to learn how to do it. But there's problems. Number one, it's very difficult, like very hard. And number two, I have other responsibilities like school and saving the universe. For this, I'll be using Blender. Blender is the most popular 3D modeling program. It's free! Free! I decided 10 days is enough time to learn for a man like me. I mean, who else has made a car by in 3D? Day 1 was a pretty easy introduction. I mostly just learned the basics of manipulating objects from this tutorial. Basically, all the basics are scaling an object, which is making it bigger or smaller, moving an object, which is moving it around the scene, and extruding, which is very important. You use it to scale only certain parts of objects, like a face or an edge. Also, all the tutorials I will be using will be linked below in case you might want to learn in the same way. I decided to follow this tutorial about making a ramen cup, and I liked it a lot. I was able to model it and the chopsticks, and it was looking good. I've heard of a struggle meal before, but this is the first struggle model I've seen. You guys can laugh now. It was really nicely paced and had very digestible methods, and I would 100% recommend this tutorial. Like, seriously, you should really check it out. On day 3, I finished up the ramen cup from yesterday and decided to challenge myself by making a tree completely on my own without following any tutorial. It was pretty tough at first, but I managed to figure it out using the techniques I learned so far. The tree wasn't perfect, but it felt amazing to create something from scratch without guidance. This was a big confidence boost and made me realize I was actually starting to understand how Blender works. This included being able to create textures in Aseprite and putting them into Blender, which is something I've always wanted to do. Day 4 was all about experimenting with different shapes and forms. I decided to stay on the same theme of making something myself, and I made this snail. It's pretty fun because it involved using curves and spirals in the shells, something I hadn't really worked with before. The texture was also a bit more tricky because there's more things about it. I think it looks decent. I think it could have been better, but like it was a good way to practice techniques from the previous days. I also have in my notes that I made something else, which I'll show footage of if I can find it. I remade the ramen cup with no tutorial, and I did pretty well. It looks like a good ramen cup, and I wanted to do this because I am somebody who learns by doing. I like learning the dark, and that's something I learned by doing. So I did the same thing in Blender where, I watch it, I watch how that guy makes a ramen cup, I make the ramen cup, and I make it myself after. And I think it's a great way to learn. I think it's a way that everybody should learn. And it helps me a lot learning. Day 6 and 7. I made a skateboard, but not any skateboard, a rocket skateboard, which I thought looked pretty cool. And then I tried to make a rocket skateboard prototype in Unity, but I was not able to make it work because I fucking hate 3D game development. It's horrible and it's from the depths of hell. I love the new skate game and I wanted to try making my own one, but I couldn't. I kept going with the skateboard theme and made this helmet, and I gave it a little half and a half design, which it looks grand, not the best, and the straps don't look too good, but it was a nice exercise and I think it turned out grand. Today was for experimenting. I binned off Blender and tried out Studio 2.0, which was to make Lego 3D models. I love Lego. I think it's amazing. I love the games. I grew up with it. I thought this would be a fun little thing to try with, a new studio. It was an easier system to pick up, but I kind of felt, from a game developer point of view, it was more of a toy than something like Blender. It's a really cool engine for making Lego, and if I wanted to make a Lego set, I'd go to this. But for me personally, it doesn't seem as practical as Blender, but I made a Batman minifigure and a heart because I love my fans, but only the ones who subscribe, because I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and it would make my day if you did. Also, if you have the new hype feature, hype me or something, I don't know yet, it's new. Last day of the challenge. I think I had accomplished my challenge. I learned all the basics of Blender. There's a lot more to the engine, things like animation and cloth, but as far as the basics go, I did well, I learned it. I can make simple 3D objects by myself, which is something that I'm really proud of. I think learning a new engine is very hard, because anytime you're trying to make something or learn a new technique in a new engine, it's like reading a book in a foreign language. I mean, 1984? I don't read numbers, stupid fucking book. But I think I was sitting down, reading the funny number book, and I thought, I really want to make a 3D game. I want to make a 3D game. I want to make a 3D. I could. I can be confident that I can make basic models for it, and I'm happy with it. Maybe The Blender skills were just the friends we made along the way. Thank you all for watching, and please subscribe.